Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. I'm a little bit sweaty because I just got back from the bee yard. I was doing part 2 of this video, and the purpose of this one is to show you how I prepare for honey harvest. And I suppose I would also say that as of the publishing of this video, I've been working on this one for like 2 months, and it's probably not going to do you very much good for harvest year 2025, but it's more for informational purposes. Maybe you can put it into practice at a later date if you're into bees and stuff like that. But anyway, what I'm doing today is starting to restrict the movement of the queen, because currently I've got some colonies out there that only have a couple supers. I've got 3 colonies specifically that have like 5 and 6 supers on them. So those ones are pretty unwieldy. And because of that, I'm going to insert a queen excluder into that colony and slowly work it down. So put it in, find a good spot, good comfortable spot to put it in. And then 2 weeks later, come back, move it down a box. 2 weeks later, come back, move it down a box. You see how this works, right? And then when it comes time for harvest, I'm going to pull that queen excluder and replace it with a bee maze. Bee maze is a topic for another day, but basically by moving the queen lower and moving the brood that we find up, it simultaneously opens up more space for those bees to store honey, and it also teaches the bees how to move through the queen excluder, because they will free flow on their own, but they can be somewhat reluctant. Sometimes people call honey excluders or queen excluders honey excluders. And as long as you've got individuals above the queen excluder that are moving back and forth, everybody will kind of come along. Oh yeah. No queen? No queen. No queen. All right, good news. This box is still empty. Is it completely empty? Yeah, they haven't done squat with this, so that's good. All right. So actually, we probably don't need all those frames, but they're here just in case. Oh boy, angry. We're getting out of this. but we need to mix back in some of these frames. So that's an empty. This one can go right like that. Oh, they are so mad right now. This is a fully capped resource frame. So that one can definitely come up. This would be a harvesting frame. So we'll actually take one of those other ones that's somewhat empty. So this is an empty frame. That's got brood on it. But no eggs. We're going to assess that because it's covered in queen cells. Alright, so let's splice in. Oh, buddy. Yeah, this is about to be about the time that I died if I didn't have a suit on. Alright, so there's that. Let's take another one of these empties. Shove it back in here. So angry. So angry. Alright, let's find one of those ones that's mostly empty. Just get stung on the leg then. Stick it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, so that is a full frame. That is an empty frame. Let's find need one mostly empty frame. Ooh, buddy. This one looks like a good one. We'll put this one back. And then this empty. And we're going to call this one. And that is as low as we're going to go today. Smoker went out, it looks like. We gotta go relight my smoker. Gratuitous quantities of smoke. Make sure that this is all cleaned off. Twin excluder going on. Alright. There's that. Now she won't be able to get above that. So let's go ahead and put this box back on. Alright, and then we needed to assess this because it had, or no, this was a full resource frame. So we're going to flank it with empties. And then this one needed to be assessed because it, no, it's that one over there. Oh no, it's this one. Yeah, those are just practice cups. Just practice cups, we don't have to worry about that. Put that back in. That one's covered in brood, so that's good. This is a resource frame. Whew. Angry. What was this? This is an empty. We need another promoted frame. This has got some activity on the bottom of it as well. These are all practice cups. So there's that. This is the first time I'm using this metal. Empty frame. Empty frame. Now, a quick note, you could, if you were being lazy and you had time, like if I had started this process like 2 weeks earlier than I did, you could literally just walk out into the bee yard and pick a spot and throw the queen excluder in there. You just pick the halfway point and just throw it in there. And then you just figure out, is she on top or bottom? And then you find her and then you move her into the bottom. You could totally do that. However, if you interrupt her laying cycle too heavily, as in if she runs out of room instantaneously, there's no more room to lay, then you might induce a swarm. So I decided not to do it that way. Although if I had more time, I probably could have done that and just started, somewhere else in the box than what I did. To not have to check anything and just go for it. It might have been worth the effort for that day to do that if I had had 2 more weeks. But anyway, let's time hop to the next time I went out. All right, so a couple weeks later, and we're going to be moving this queen excluder right here down a box. I would like to do 2 boxes, but I just don't think I'm going to be able to get it done. So go ahead and get this thing open. And what we need to make this happen is a spare box, and we're going to be leaving this box here, but we're going to be trading out for one of these. So go ahead and they're all drones. Drones don't fit through queen excluders. So that's what's going on here. Yeah, they're all drones. All right, I don't see her walking around on this. So we're just gonna on top of this. we're gonna hope that we get in here and we see no indication of laying as well. And if that's the case, then we'll move right on. Spare box. Empty. I'm just using this as a shaking receptacle for the bees that are going to be coming off of these frames. This looks like nectar, lots of nectar. Okay. There's some brood on that one already. So that concludes our exercise, I suppose. Now, I'm going to take this box off. And we're going to smoke everybody down. All right, I don't see a queen. The queen on that. Queen excluder. Make sure I see no queen, just a bunch of dead drones. Queen excluder going back on. And then all these frames going back in. Those gloves that I have, they're new, wherever they went. These things from Man Lake are hot garbage. I got stung in the hands so many freaking times. Going back to my my other gloves after this. Yeah, but anyway, that's all for today. Later.